Christmas.
Another Christmas, man. It's a good day across the lands. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in a good mood today.
2022. Yeah.
On our way to 2022.
Yeah. On our way to 2022. You right. Feels good, man.
Christmas 2021. Raw Talk Podcast. What's poppin'? We in this bitch. We on this bitch. Oh, we gotta get some. You know, I love trumping, but we gotta get to some other shit. We gotta lighten the mood a little bit. I fuck with trumping. You know, I know we be having the jazz on here, but let's get something else on. Hold on. Let's
We
see.
got a lot of vibes out here.
Yeah, we want.
Indeed. It's warm, another Christmas.
It's warm outside.
It ain't cool.
It ain't cold outside. It's pretty warm on Christmas today. You feel me?
I love it.
You dig?
Yeah. Florida's nice around Christmas time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Somebody calling me. I have to call him back. But yeah.
Yeah, man, we got the beautiful weather out there.
Awesome, wonderful weather. We got outside today.
Man, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful outside?
Have you been outside?
Yeah, I was outside earlier walking
That's
outside.
what I said, boy. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah,
I was around with the windows down getting some of that fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was definitely just outside peeping the scene, walking Sam.
Yeah.
Nothing needed.
It's a vibe.
I ain't planning on leaving out this house until later today though, so it ain't matter.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't even remember when we had like a rainy Christmas or something.
I wasn't even here. Was I here? I was here last Christmas. Yeah. The Christmas before that, I wasn't here.
That's very. I'm not saying we didn't have one, but like Christmas Day is always a nice.
Matter of fact, actually, yeah, I was here the past 3 Christmases. Even when I was staying in Houston, I was here for Christmas.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day. Because that's when I went to the when I had a Christmas party.
Yeah.
But I had a Christmas party.
I'm trying to think, did I slide you at that point?
Yeah, you did. You did. You remember that party?
When he was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a Christmas party. Damn.
You don't remember that? I know you remember
it
that.
was gigging and shit, you know?
Man, when you came through the party.
I did come.
Yes, we came through the party. Either that was Christmas or New Year's. I was in Houston, so that was Christmas.
That was Christmas?
Yeah. New Year's,
It was a nice day that day.
It was.
Tell me.
It was a pretty nice day around that time too.
Yeah,
Our seasons like shifting. Cause it'll start, it'll be cold until like January, February. That's when it really be cold.
So, even now, it's always cold for Mardi Gras time.
Mm-hmm. It'll be most likely as cold around Mardi Gras than it is around Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We just think that December is like our fall is just hot. We just got hot falls.
I don't know, when a nigga was growing up, dude, we had some cool Christmases.
Yeah, I remember it snowed on Christmas morning.
Yeah, I remember it snowed.
Christmas 2004.
Yeah?
It snowed.
Facts. It's the same one I remember.
Christmas 2004 it snowed. Right before Katrina.
Yeah, that's fact.
The year before Katrina. That's when it snowed.
That's fact.
But what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your most humbly gracious host, TT. I got my fucking dog right here with me.
Running off the line, yo.
And this is the Raw Talk Podcast. What's poppin'?
This is the day that the Lord has done.
Yes, let us rejoice. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all praises, all honor, all glory to the Father up above. Father nothing without He. What's poppin', my nigga? What's happening?
Man, that's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay focused.
Yeah.
Keep the family safe, you know.
Of course.
Gotta do that.
Of course.
That shit is a sacrifice. You know. That's what being a man is all about, my brother.
Man, that is true. That is true, man. I'm going through it right now, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going through it right now. Making some tough decisions.
You got to.
Making some tough decisions, brother.
Definitely.
Some tough ones, dog. Like, it's just like, man, like, I'm just, you know, of course, I'm just asking for the guidance and the presence of, you know, of the one up above.
Yeah.
But man, some tough decisions.
Well, you know, it's not that bad. But, you know.
Made me think of that song. What that song is? Who that is? That's Heatwave. Song by Heatwave called Decisions. Yeah. That shit. I'm telling you.
You gotta use your head to get yourself out of certain situations.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of it. You just gotta, yeah.
That's some real shit, man. One wrong move, it's scar you for life. Yeah.
That's true.
Like a man, man.
That's true. That's true. That's true. It's just like, you know, just for, it's really like when you make certain decisions from, I think here's the thing that people gotta, here's a perspective that I have now based upon like my life and my life experiences. And when it comes to decision making, being a man, it's like, you gotta remember, I think we talked about this too one time. I remember you saying it, so it's probably where I get it from. I'm probably getting this from you and not even realizing it, because I feel like you said this. That's what I'm kind of getting. Like we said this on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's like there's gonna be times where you're gonna look back and be like, damn, like I should have did this, or I could have did this, whatever. Because in that point, you're older, you're better, you're wiser than you was before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, when you get to that point of where you are like realizing something new, give yourself grace in the sense of don't be so hard on yourself because you made some fucked up decisions when you was young.
Right.
Just now that you understand and know better,
It's a
don't be,
lesson.
yeah. It's like, so don't beat yourself up about it.
Fuck no.
Don't beat yourself up about young stupid shit that you did. You feel what I'm saying? Being irresponsible. Like, that was a moment that you had. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Like, it is what it is. So, whatever the consequences are from that action, now you just have to deal with it. Understand what you got to deal with it in a better light now.
You gotta handle it. And it builds character.
Absolutely.
It's either gonna make you or break you. And make certain decisions. I know I have in my life for the sacrifice for my family. I love it that much. And I do what you gotta do sometimes. Like, we don't really be celebrating Christmas and shit, right? We don't do the Christmas thing, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, baby, but like, since I had my baby, I've been in the Christmas spirit.
That's real. You've been wanting to spoil it.
You know
That's what she had for you.
You know, I don't like giving away gifts or everything like this. That shit be funny.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Me personally, I tend to give gifts on like off-putting days. Like, I might not give it to you on Christmas Day, but you're gonna get something. It's gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like one of those. Just because I want my shit to be clouded by everybody else at Christmas, because this is gonna be nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, take this.
Yeah. See, and look, I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I gave some gifts out, but like, I feel like I should have waited till Christmas Day. But
Yeah.
But I wasn't tripping though. I just was like,
you gotta just give it to them.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did.
Because if it's random,
It
if
is.
they choose to wait, then cool.
Yeah.
Like, even if you give it something after, like, if you give it something after Christmas, I think that's even better. Like, damn, all right, hold on, I'm still getting gifts. People still thinking about me and shit like that. You know, when Christmas time rolls. One Christmas time, they gonna be thinking, "Fuck out of here! I'm ready for New Year's. I'm getting ready to get my New Year's resolution. It's all me, bitch. It's to me. I'm getting ready to say no in 2022. It's right here. That's the little hype sound that everybody hear me like, This hashtag motivation gonna be strong as a motherfucker between December 26th and
Move me.
It's gonna be popping, bitch. I'm about to put out boo motivation videos, bitch. Our shit going up, bitch. I'm going to the gym. I'm about to make some gym videos. Cause I already know niggas gonna be hyping themselves up for the New Year, so they ain't gonna be worrying about nobody else but themselves.
That nigga crazy, man.
The vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Return of the first quarter.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna give me some more water. Pull it up.
Man, I'm about to get a picture. But I gotta get some more ice. So I'm gonna take care of it.
Let me know, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. But yeah, shit about to be crazy. It's gonna be funny though. Just to see everything that's gonna be popping out in the new year.
Yeah, man. You never know what America's gonna come out with next.
Mm-hmm.
It's so anonymous. Spontaneous.
That shit was scary.
You don't know what the fuck it's called. What is the name of this new virus? Omaria? Is it really the name of Omaria?
I don't know.
Oh, niggas call it. Omicron. That shit sound like a fucking transformer.
Man, it's all kind of shit going on.
That shit sound like something off a movie.
It's like another Greek letter.
Omicron.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a Greek
Read
letter.
it all. Coming to the theater near you.
Probably is a virus. Omicron.
Omicron. That shit sound like a movie or something. Man, that shit crazy.
I'm still searching for baby names.
That nigga stupid.
I am.
So when you find out if it's a
boy or a girl?
Yeah.
January 16th. Gender reveal is gonna be here at the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you. You can't wait?
I can't wait to see, what it is, so I can really.
Get prepared.
Yeah. Once I know what it is, then it's gonna be like, oh yeah. Like I know what's going on right now. I'm just coasting, taking everything in, playing a little studying, trying to get my shit together, stacking. And then so now it's gonna be like these next 6 months gonna be real grind moving for real.
Gonna turn into a slime ball.
Nah, I don't have time for that. Don't have time for that at all. Thought about it. Nah. It crossed my mind a couple of times. 3 or 4 times. 5 or 6 times.
Oh man.
8 or 9 times.
Stupid.
But nah. I'm
That
straight.
is stupid.
I'm with you.
You should have thought about it. That ain't gonna run, brother.
It's not. And man.
Oh man, that nigga stupid.
Cause it's like it's just adding more bullshit to my life. That's all that is. It's adding more bullshit to my life. I'm good on that shit. I'm good. I'm so good. Got enough going on. Let me deal with this. Got enough going on. I'm so I'm flattered. Hey, you like it? Great. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate all of it. But no. I ain't fucking with it. Can't. Got no time.
So, you're single at the moment?
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's my update you about that a little bit later too.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, bro.
It just, it was hard. It was, you can't, pretty much, I couldn't do both. I couldn't be, you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah,
as present as I felt I needed to be to make sure that things are, that is a smooth transition, smooth sailings into, the birthing of this child and develop something else on the other side without, without there being like split time, can't be here because I gotta be here, just for my sanity purposes, wanting to.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Just making sure that everything's good, because, it was a lot. So
I feel you. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I saw my wife had that baby, and I was in there with the whole process, right? For me, it changed my perspective about women, relationships, niggas. You hear me? Because when you see that shit, and as those days and those weeks pass, and the baby and the mom growing together and shit like that, it make you wonder, like, God damn, how the fuck niggas going around here with this one and that one, and this one and that one? There's no way in hell you got that much time. There's no way in hell you got that much time to spend with them kids. You have a child over here, a child over here, a child over here.
Again, you're not.
You can't do it, so.
You're not at all. You're not spending time.
I'm not knocking niggas who got buku baby mamas. I'm just trying to figure out, how do you do it? Like, what is going through your mind when you make that decision? Like, man, you know what? I'm busting you straight up.
There is no.
Yeah, even if you got the money though. Even if you got the money, how do you have the time? Because everybody working on different time schedules. Unless you just got all these baby mamas and chicks. Look, y'all, I need all my kids at this time, from this time to this time. Nigga ain't living with boo baby mamas in one house. So it's just like, how do niggas find the time to do it? I don't see how niggas do it. And I only got one. I just had she only 2 years old. And it's like, you see, I'm coming, bitch. I ain't coming, bitch. Fuck. I'm tired of the baby. Just be tired, like, that shit real, son.
But that's when you have a natural attachment to your, to your child, and
right.
to understanding the importance of being, dad. Right? How niggas don't care. They don't know. They don't care, and they just and they got one thing on their brain, and that's just what they feel like is the mission. Some niggas be like mission accomplished, right, when they do shit like that.
I ain't saying niggas don't be taking care of the kids, dude. You know what I'm saying?
But you're not spending time with everybody.
Yeah, I think it's different. Like, it's just my opinion, like my little philosophy or whatever. Like, since I had a child, I feel like, and I'm pretty sure every man feels like this when we have a child. Like, I don't want to live without, like, as long as she growing up, I don't want to live with her. She got to be living with me. Period. Because I feel like you develop a different type of relationship with that child. Y'all growing up together, y'all see everything together. Ins, outs, y'all everything, y'all together. Versus being a weekend dad. Get the child on the weekends. You know, I'm not saying that they don't have a relationship, but I think the relationship would just be a little bit more golden when you in there with them every day when they like, they waking up to. I feel like that develops a different type of relationship. That's the type of relationship I want to have with my daughter. Because I grew up as a stepchild. So I've seen a lot of different shit, different families and shit like that. And like that shit really affects the relationship with the kid. It really do. There's a difference. The child with his mama, he grew up, he stayed with his mama his whole time, but he sees dad on the weekends or every 2 weeks. He gonna have two totally different relationships. Not saying he don't fuck with his daddy, but he ain't gonna have that same relationship like that with his mama. Versus he got that same relationship with both of us, so all of them did it right together. It's a different type of vibe. Everybody feeling each other. You know what I'm saying? Something go wrong with hold up, something ain't right. You all feel it. Versus you hearing about it a week, 2 weeks later and shit. Man, why you didn't tell me? Like that shit, it hit different. That's how I look at shit. So.
Yeah, that's real.
You feel me?
That's real.
And I'm just like, like I said, I'm not knocking niggas going, baby mouth and shit. I don't care what a nigga do, but at the same time, how you putting it up that time? Each one of them babies, especially at a young age, it's impossible. Somebody got to get sacrificed. Unless you just got all your baby mamas living with you. It's the only way. Or just, sometimes shit don't work out between the family. That happens too. That happens. That happens. And like that affects the child too, depending on what age the baby's at. It might not, it'll be a different vibe if, say, the family, they grew up together. The child, he's about 12 years old. Motherfucker decided, my fucking child, she grew up with a daddy, and he grew up with his daddy all the time. Versus if that shit happened when he was a baby. You don't remember what the fuck was going on as a baby. You didn't have that relationship. The dad ain't gonna feel like that because the dad gonna be like, I was done with for everything when he was young. That's crazy. I told you, though, when my baby came out, she did not leave my eyesight, bro, for like the first 2 weeks of her life. For real.
I mean, the fuck.
It was just
like,
damn, yeah. Like, holding big hand while it was taking a baby out of her shit. Like, I was right there for all that shit. I watched everything. I saw everything. My baby, I was the first person to hold her when she came up. Very first person to hold her. So it's like, I think me and my baby got this vibe. Me and her, we got this vibe. Baby like, well, don't do that, don't say that. And then I'm like, man, I'm just messing with her. But me and her got this vibe, and she knew. That's dad right there. I can communicate with her. What I'm saying though, we just look at each other like, well, all right. But like I said, dog, just that type of energy. I couldn't be a nigga going around having babies on me. That's just me. I got some niggas out here feel like they kings. Fuck it, I mean, that's all you tell you, I feel like it. Not I see the squirrel. But it changes you though. It changes you, you know, different perspectives on a lot of different things, you know, a lot of different situations. In your life, it goes along. You know, you really big, it's a responsibility. A lot of shit gonna change, but, you know, maybe not instantly, but eventually. You know, it's a great feeling. Having to leave and run up, like, I don't mind taking on me, I take on anywhere with it. I can't wait to get over it. It's gonna be big, bro. Like the aquarium and shit, I wanna take it to the aquarium out there in Atlanta. Have you ever been to that aquarium?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that aquarium was fire.
All I can think about right now is just like having those moments with my own child. Like I can't wait to see their face. Like I just want to see what they look like how, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see who it is. Like the person that you become. Like I'm excited as fuck. Like I'm real giddy. Like I ain't even stopped buying shit yet for real. Like I ain't gonna agree. I'm stacking. So I'm just trying to like, you know what I'm saying, get my little bread straight and all that good stuff. But like, yeah, I'm really trying to, you know, yeah.
It's not a lot. It should be a lot, but it's not a lot.
Not a lot of what?
To deal with. Being a father. It can be a lot to deal with, but it's not a lot to deal with. You know, it's just like deal with it. You gotta make it work for you. That's all you gotta do, make it work for you. Because it's not easy. Everybody got to, it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody got to know how do you maintain, you know, situation like that. But, I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of people my age, they grandparents.
Damn.
Okay. I'm 39.
I guess so. Yeah.
You got young grandmothers on you.
Mm-hmm.
You got young grandmothers on you. And I'll be like,
I just saw one last night. That's funny.
damn. Like I know a few chicks that I went to school with or whatever. Ran out the hood. They grandmothers. Damn. Just had my first child. I'm glad I'm glad.
When I become a grandpa,
you gonna be a grandpa age.
boy, that's, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, like, when it happens, though, whatever age I'm at, I'm just a stupid person.
Yeah.
For the grandbaby, my chain gonna be jealous. Like my child, children, however many I have.
Yeah.
You know how niggas be like, I literally saw somebody put on Instagram last night. I remember when my mama used to tell me she ain't never had McDonald's money, but for the grandchild, she always got McDonald's money. That's exactly how I'm with my grandchild. My grandchild gonna be spoiled fucking right.
You gonna get a drop off food and fit it out here. I'll take it out.
Yes. Fuck the fit. I got this bag for you.
Yeah.
Get that bitch.
Yeah.
Just gifts or whatever. Just doing shit. We just going, you know, going places. Cause you just be, you know, sometimes you just need a sanctuary from your parents. Like you need someone where you feel safe that is not your parents. You get a different perspective, different understanding. That's why it's always important to have a village.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you can talk to that's an adult that makes you feel safe. but it's not your parent. Because your parent always gonna be your parent. So there's a certain thing that your parent always gonna tell you. It's like if you want your child to be a good person, you always have to fill them with good things and tell them to be good and do this, do that, whatever. Like one thing my mom did to me was just like, it's your fault, Terry Ash. It's your fault. No, it's always gonna be your fault. She always told me that. And that made me realize, like, I understood what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like she always did, like, especially when it came to relationships and shit like that. Same thing as if matching the philosophy of people say, like, it's the players win and coaches lost. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coaching the team. Like, when I'm building a family, I'm coaching the team. And the most important person to my team is most likely my diva, the quarterback, and or wife. Because we know that the wife is really going to be making the plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that she's going to be doing a lot of moving and shaking, doing whatever. Because
like a queen on a chessboard.
You know what I'm saying? If she's ready for that position, if she understands it from that level, you know what I'm saying? If she understands it from that level, you know what I'm saying? She already know she a hustler, she gonna do her. You know what I'm saying? She gotta do this, that, and the third.
Right.
You know, all queens are not created equally. All queens are not created equally. Just let you know that. And some queens can be queens of the kingdoms, and some queens gotta be queens of the village.
But say, I'm gonna tell you something.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But in that instance, you're building your team. If the team losing, bitch, is your fault. But if the team winning, it's most you understanding what the team is and what the value is. You understand that you have to give your players the adulation for the wins. Like it's never gonna be like totally upon you, but you have to find your victory in the midst of all of that.
Now, depending on how much patience you have. Sometimes you have to build your players into winners.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Part of being a coach.
Sometimes you gotta build
player development.
So, sometimes you get a player on your team, they might think they great, but they're not as great as they can be. And you know this. So trying to break them out of that mentality at the end, you heard me? That can be a task. And depending on you, how much love you got for them, how patient you are.
Yeah.
You try to complete that task. Because you know it's gonna help both of y'all out. Either way the cut goes, you're gonna win, baby. So I got to get you to get on this level with me.
Yeah.
So we can win this championship. Sometimes you see the quarterback and the coach, they argue.
That happens. Worst teams.
Not really.
Not all the time.
Not really. Not really. Because sometimes,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas a quarrel because
niggas in the zone.
Yeah.
Niggas trying to make it happen. We both trying to win for the team.
Yeah.
But it just clash every now and again. That happens. Somebody has to hold up. Look what we mad at. We tripping. This is stupid. We both trying to win. We understand. That's how you get out of that situation. Because that could go on. You heard me, like a never-ending storm and shit. But you gotta build on this shit. That, like I said, that comes with patience. A lot of niggas ain't got patience. Niggas be wanting the perfect trophy. I don't want to really lead on that. Oh man, she do everything that I can ask for. You're a lucky motherfucker. You're a lucky motherfucker.
Player development. That's real shit. That's real shit, boy. I'm telling you. That's real shit. It's like you gotta, if that's what you gotta build. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to do. Now, if you feel that you can go trade, you know what I'm saying, make a couple moves and get some new players on the team.
Do what you gotta do. We'll have that the free agent office.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. Now, if you got some, attachments, you know what I'm saying, some contracts that you gotta, that you're gonna never live out, i.e. children. You gotta live out that contract. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta pay your money to that team.
Not only that, when you have a child with somebody, that person's gonna be in your life for the rest of your fucking life. That's a whole contract you sign with somebody.
That's a universal contract.
What? That's a whole contract you sign with in blood, man. When they say sign a contract in blood, man, that shit real, bro. I pray to God every day. I think the most I ever be. I ain't even crazy that situation like that, man. That shit hard to deal with. We've been together. That's why I said I'm kind of glad we waited and had our babies because we had a different age, a little bit more wiser. You know what I'm saying? Had a plan.
Yeah, like, to me, this age of me having my first child, I'm 28 years old. I'm about to be 29. I'm gonna be 29 when the baby gets here. Though young, I think this probably was like the perfect time for me to have it. To be honest. Just because of my mindset and where it took me. Like, I'm gracious to have this moment to be able to start to raise a family, but also like start, you know what I'm saying, like build a legacy, like within my family. And like truly start like a cornerstone of a family, like pretty much like being that person in my family.
Big pop.
Yeah. Somebody gotta do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody gotta do it. Somebody gotta do it. We need that back. We need that back. Yeah, so.
I feel you. Like a big mom. Like on, what's that, what that movie is, something in that movie. With the cousins and shit. They had the big
Soul Food?
Is it Soul Food? That's what it is?
What, with Big Mama?
Yeah, I think that is Soul Food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to see that movie on there.
I gotta have my, my sisters and my nieces and nephews, like, and my aunties. I gotta have that space, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody know that if y'all trying to fuck with something, like, I'm always available to do that for, for everybody. I got enough room for everybody to come over and do whatever. Like, that definitely needs to happen, especially within my family. Cause I got a baby now, like, so my child needs to know their family. So.
That's your jam.
That's right, that's JJ up here. There we go. So we wrong. Oh, I'm wrong as hell. What'd you say? I'm wrong. My bad, that's early dream. I should have known. Now that I'm listening to it. Early dream. Yeah, boy, dog. That shit is crazy. I'm about to have a whole fucking kid.
Sit down, that shit real.
I'm about to have a whole kid. Like, I'm still like, I'm not in shock, but I'm just like, damn. So I've been hitting the gym.
It's time.
It's time. It is time.
How you like in that gym like?
Man, love going to that bitch. Therapy.
Well,
Nope, nah, I can go in that bitch as late as I want. You gotta worry about me like that
you
fucking
got a
money.
plug or something? Oh no, you
24
got food, yeah. You would
Anytime fitness.
Right.
24 hours. I'm in that bitch. Whenever I feel like it, go.
but when you're a spray bottle, watch out for that Omarion.
Yeah, they got spray bottles and stuff in there all over, so I wipe everything down before I touch it.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm in there.
Right.
In there like a motherfucker.
Thanks.
For sure, for sure.
Right.
But, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Omicron, you know, we're all about preventative measures here. I'm going to tell y'all right now, sea moss, black seed oil, elderberry. You have to strengthen yourself. Like, point blank period. The weather changing. You know what I'm saying? The weather changes swiftly around here. And I know a lot of people that's feeling a little whatever, you know what I'm saying? Got their sinus issues, allergies, whatever. It's hard, all kinds of shit going on. Sea moss, black seed oil, elderberry. Eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? And y'all will be good.
Got to, baby.
You gotta just fortify yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mask up, of course.
Stay masked up.
Everybody, you know, people been talking about taking a shot and then the booster.
I think they scared.
Gotta hit you 3 times with that bitch trying to make sure that you're straight. Nigga, we ain't never did this for the flu.
I think they scared.
2 times and a booster? Man, no indeed.
It's like the second booster, huh? Every fucking 3 months they got a fucking booster.
Man, I don't know what that is.
A booster? We need to boost that shit up in your bag.
No. Chill out.
That's what the fuck that is.
I don't want that. I'm gonna have to start working from home.
It's like they gotta keep hitting them and keep hitting them till them bitches turn into zombies.
That's on it. I'm trying to be.
If
Get out the way.
If it help people, I'm all for it.
I'm trying to be out the way.
If it
I'm
help
trying to be
people,
out the
I'm
way.
all for it.
You gotta change this.
So that kind of the goal is another fucker.
Everything. What is stuff on it?
Damn, boy, it's supposed to be 2022.
About to be 2022. Yep. We made good progress this year, though, brother. We made good progress. Even though we recorded more episodes.
Man, you should have found some clips from all the episodes from this year and posted for the new year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stitch some shit together right quick. You know what I'm saying? It's only about 17 of them bitches that just got a screen record and put them together.
Gotta get some real hot parts when we going in there.
Mm-hmm. We gotta go listen to them, like go back and listen to them. So you gotta start off from season 2.
Yeah.
So I start on episode, I think, 20 something. It's episode 23 of season 1. That was the last episode.
How many episodes we had season 1?
23. We put a couple bonus episodes up and shit like that.
How many we had season
2? 19. The goal this year? 40. The fuck?
40 podcasts.
40 episodes, 2022.
40.
We going up on the interviews. You know what I'm saying? We going
40 podcasts.
We got a couple of sub segments we gonna do for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can just add them. We're gonna add them to, you know what I'm saying, through our social medias and shit, so y'all can just have some more content. We're gonna put some more content and shit out there for y'all, just so that we can have. Because I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2022. We need a guidance. We need a survival guide or some shit. Everybody deserves to know exactly what they need to do in all of the aspects of their lives to preserve life and be healthy. And so that's what we're going to be touching on in 2022. We touching in on every subject possible. you feel what I'm saying, that we need to touch on so that people can understand what it is, so that you can preserve life and be healthy. I'm talking about shit like insurance, getting your fucking insurance straight if you got kids or you don't got kids. You know what I'm saying? I have some people on there to make sure that their insurance shit, and make sure that you understand what insurance is and where that shit come from. So you can understand how to play the game. You feel what I'm saying? We learn how to we can't keep learning how to play the game, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta put some shit into effect. So once we do that, you feel what I'm saying? We put a challenge out every episode. Every time we talk about some shit like that, we challenging niggas to get their insurance right. You got the episode, bitch. Go back and listen. You feel what I'm saying?
Go and cop that shit.
Go and get your fucking insurance straight.
Tell your people go cop that shit.
You got this amount of money, work here, this, that, and the third. Here you go. Boom. Do your thing. Get your shit together.
Tell your mama go cop it. Tell your brother go cop it.
We know you upside down on that call, so let's get your money right. You got a call, you got this, whatever. So we're gonna have a money episode, a financial literacy episode, just the basic shit.
Get your money together.
You feel what I'm saying? Of course, we're gonna have a couple financial episodes because we just gotta touch on different aspects of your finances.
So what the fuck going on out here?
You know what I'm saying? But we gonna, of course, keep it as simple, just making sure people just, doing anything and understanding. And of course, we gotta have somebody on to hit the NFTs.
Man, I need to get on that, bro.
I don't understand what the NFTs do all the way yet. I understand. I'm getting more information and I'm seeing how they're creating value and everything like that. Yeah. I need to go into like an in-depth study of what it is and how it created it. They got videos and shit out or whatever like that. But you really gotta have some bread to play with in order to fuck with that shit. So if you ain't really got no loose bread to play with,
it's like
right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. If you're in a position to where you don't have much loose bread to play with, what is your play? You see everybody doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple of thousand that they can fuck with because, only a couple of thousand you really gonna see growth. What do you need to do? You gotta build cash flow. How do you build cash flow? What are some things that you can do, you know what I'm saying, to get your fucking bread up, get your money up, and get some cash flow, some passive income, whatever. We gotta talk about shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Of course, our herbs and fucking, gotta have our herbs and garden episode when we talking about keeping ourselves healthy. In 2022 from coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? What are the problems that we having in our community still? Because we can't just talk about corona and still be eating ourselves crazy.
Is that shit coronavirus or is it a
It's the Omicron variant of the coronavirus.
So basically,
there are dozens of versions of coronavirus.
So basically,
and this is the quote unquote deadly one.
Okay, so check this out.
Like Delta was.
Check this out.
And the regular one.
So Delta is still around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So if you catch one of that shit, when you go to the hospital, they tell you got COVID, they're able to tell you which variant you have.
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah.
Nah.
Because there has to be like a tracing mechanism that they have on the.
Let me ask you this: does this shit work like this, do? So let's say, all right. So anybody could catch the virus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you got stuck and if you didn't get stuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the virus, if somebody who is vaccinated gets the virus, boom. I guess once they cure from that, where does that virus go? Does that virus dies?
What do you mean, like?
So basically,
like if I had corona
and you vaccinated,
and then I'm vaccinated,
right? And say you eat the corona,
and you don't have it no more.
Where does that virus go?
I'm guessing that there's a strand of the virus still inside of your body, but you built up antibodies towards it, so it doesn't affect you. So like I guess so your blood cells can kill it if there's like a those pathogens. So that's pretty much how it works.
All right. So if an unvaccinated person catches the virus, does that give that virus an opportunity to mutate? Because that's what it seems like it's doing. It just keeps mutating to different viruses.
So no, it's the other way around. All right. because the virus is being presented with a new host or a new stimuli that it has to get past with a vaccinated person, then it begins to mutate. So if everybody, let's say the more likely of the virus to mutate is when you present the virus with a new host, you feel what I'm saying? Like, or with a new stimuli that it needs to do some other shit in order for it to actually take effect and make you sick. So that's when bacteria and viruses mutate. They don't mutate like on the first go around. They only mutate when it's being presented with like some extra stimuli from something else, from like a foreign pathogen or from like a foreign object that you put into your body, for instance.
Wow.
Yeah, this is common knowledge to everybody.
Yeah.
Like this is why there were a lot of let's say penicillin. Penicillin was always used. Yes, this is not new.
No, I'm saying what this shit has metals or something that attract each other or something inside of that shit.
What you mean metals attract each other? You talking about the virus and the blood cells?
Yeah.
So it's like a whole lot of, mechanisms and shit that happen.
Yeah.
But your body just have natural defenses and natural forces.
Right.
Some people's natural forces are stronger than others. You feel what I'm saying? So like, if some people caught COVID, they didn't need a vaccine or anything like that. They just had it. It affected them how it affected them, and now they don't have any symptoms anymore. It's gone. In that sense, you feel what I'm saying? Took a test. There is no positive COVID trace in your body.
Right.
So what your body did was build up its natural immunity to COVID. You feel what I'm saying? It beat the sickness. Once you were sick, your body fought it off because it created, it was able to build up the natural immunity and it ran its course and now it's gone. Now your body has the T cells in order to fight off COVID if you were to come in contact with it. So the second time that you come in contact with somebody, you might not get sick unless there's a different variant or a different version. Your body doesn't understand what that is. So you could possibly get sick because of the different version or the different variant. Now, the reason why there's a different variant is because, let's say, that COVID entered into somebody else's body, they were vaccinated and still got sick. That's because that bacteria or that virus was able to transform itself into something that your body didn't recognize still, but it was able to fight past your natural forces plus the vaccine to still make you sick. And so once it affected you and you're vaccinated and you didn't know, because you probably didn't have symptoms or whatever, you were still out and about in the crowds.
Passing that shit around.
Because you were so, hell bent on being vaccinated. So therefore you didn't have your mask on, you're going everywhere with the big crowds, you're doing this, you're doing that, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, now, an unvaccinated person could quite possibly do the same thing. But because, and they can pass it on to somebody else, but a vaccinated person, that's the reason why the virus mutated. And now there are several mutations of the virus.
Wow.
So that's not, that's literally common science in a sense. Like people, everyone understands that's how that goes. But the narrative is, it's the other way around. That because it's like three arguments in one. It's like, we want you to take the vaccine, so if you do get sick, the symptoms are going to be like super, super bad and you won't die. Also, we want you to take the vaccine because people who have the vaccine, again, because those quote unquote people who are unvaccinated, they're clogging up the hospitals because they're not vaccinated, and it's mostly those people who are sick that need to be treated rather than the vaccinated people, supposedly. Mm-hmm. But obviously, the numbers can be skewed of how many people who are sick that's vaccinated versus how many people sick that's unvaccinated. Those numbers are always like, you know what I'm saying, they could be whatever. And if they're accurate, the more people that are sick that's unvaccinated, then cool. But the charts and graphs that I've seen, it's very the information that they're giving is very vague. Some of it. But a lot of it is, it seems to be I ain't gonna say it seems to be accurate, but I wouldn't necessarily even know if it was accurate now unless I had some inside information. But this is the information that's being put out. So, yeah, that, and it's like, my only thing is like if a person chooses to not be vaccinated, then okay. Like, why are we putting the narrative out that is an unvaccinated person that's infecting everybody or causing everybody to, to be sick when vaccinated people can also catch and spread the virus being vaccinated? So it's still everybody affecting everybody. So obviously the vaccine option, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're putting the vaccine in place because less people are dying, okay, that's fine. Because less people are dying that have the vaccine that don't have the vaccine, but the numbers of that, those numbers are like not astronomical.
Bruh, if niggas wash their hands, these public places with these bathrooms, clean the fucking bathrooms.
We don't have enough public health talk in this. That's the issue. We don't have enough, there's a lot of politicians talking, a lot of lawyers, a lot of fucking lobbyists and shit. We don't have enough public health talk with policies and shit that we need to put in place in order for this shit to
niggas gotta pay attention to their personal hygiene.
Hygiene, man, of course. Your hygiene plays a whole lot. You feel what I'm saying? Like the policies in which you can put in place, you know what I'm saying, to have, to spray the streets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why the fuck they ain't got, like, how they clean?
Like, you have street cleaners,
in the quarters, how they do it in every morning. They need to put bleach in that fucking water and that bitch smelling like straight bleach.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
coming through that bitch.
Like, give everyone a COVID test. Like, give everyone a COVID test at home. That was even suggested in the House one day. They had a whole video.
Certain states got that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why does that have to be subjected to certain states if we know everybody? Y'all, if you wanted this shit, think about this. Think of the propaganda and the shit that they do and they put in place for you to get the vaccine versus the shit that they put in place for you to actually have a strong immune system or to be clean. Or to, something that's actually going to give the longevity of making, of building up the natural cells so that when people give blood, when you're a vaccinated person, you can't even give blood no more.
Walk with me, love.
You can't even give blood.
Walk with me.
Think about that. That's like an adverse effect of everybody being vaccinated. You can't give blood. I'm O positive. I'm O negative. I give blood to anybody.
Them niggas to die. You niggas gonna die one way or the other. I'll be goddamn.
Like, that shit crazy. And if I'm inaccurate in that, somebody please fact check me. Please. I don't want to be inaccurate, but these are things that I'm seeing and I'm reading.
You down here in the belly of the beast, though.
Man, it is what it is, though.
You gonna see shit other people gonna see. Now, them people living in the suburbs, they be thinking we tripping down here. You gonna see what we see, dude.
And people on the West Bank be thinking we tripping over here.
West Bank got its problems too.
Okay.
Some places not isolated from nothing. They got the same shit going on here that they got going on over here. When niggas say this is New Orleans, all this shit New Orleans.
Shit crazy.
Shit super crazy. No Ferrero Rocher is hitting hard this morning. Them bitches are full. But damn. Them bitches are full, boy. You back. Like a nigga left something, you heard me?
You do this childish, bro. My partners is hilarious, though. Y'all friends not funnier than my friends. My niggas is funny as a motherfucker. These niggas is. It's a constant comedy show. Like, all the time. These niggas hilarious. I'm so serious. These niggas is crazy. But anyway, man. Merry Christmas, brother.
Happy holidays.
We got a Christmas special. You hear me? We're doing our little thing on the podcast. We can hit y'all with some wonderful information on the day. But I think we about to cut out. You still chilling or what? What's going on with you?
Man, I'm about to go home.
You about to go home? We got a little quick one in right quick.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
On the Raw Talk Podcast, it's your most humble and gracious host, TT. I got my fucking dog right here with me.
Squirrel out the line, you hear me?
And it's the Raw Talk Podcast. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, all that good old jazz. Play some smooth jazz, some good stuff this morning. Hug your family if you can. Call your family, send them a text, call them, tell everybody you love them. You know what I'm saying? And keep that energy for next year. Keep that energy for next year. We done stated our goals and all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's do that real quick. Like, give me a goal for next year. Give me a goal. Give me one goal. I already stated a goal for the podcast, 40 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Life goal, of course, I'm not leaving 2022. And I'm going into 2022, like, I'm not leaving out of 2022. My current weight, I'm definitely going to be at least 30 pounds down.
I'm with y'all on that.
You feel what I'm saying? So 2022 is minus 30. And
Minus 30?
Minus 30. For sure.
I could do that. I'm with y'all on that.
2022 is definitely minus 30. I think I'm about to keep lifting until like gender reveal, and then I'm gonna switch it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm still doing bodyweight exercises and still doing strength exercises, but I'm gonna move from the weights and just start doing bodyweight and more cardio. You feel what I'm saying? Just to cut the fat some more.
Who did a jump rope?
Yeah, great cardio.
The jump rope?
Jump rope, great
How
cardio.
long should you jump rope for? Like 30 minutes?
As long as you can, I feel like 20 minutes is good though.
Doing a jump rope.
Now, when you first get it, you ain't gonna do 20 minutes.
I mean,
You'll probably do like 10, maybe 12. Especially if you ain't did that in a long time. Don't kick yourself.
that shit better than running?
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say better. It's a different type of endurance.
Yeah.
It's a fighting endurance. Running is too. The jump rope is a real fighting endurance. Because you stand on your toes. You know what I'm saying? It's constant activation. Like,
I got a fucking groove and everything.
yeah, it's a constant activation. Catching a groove with your own self.
You know how to cross with that bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how to do all that. That's stupid.
That shit tough.
And then
That shit tough, boy. I was doing that shit in boxing.
look, then I jump up and
Big as a motherfucker. My feet felt big as fuck doing that jump rope shit when I was doing boxing.
yeah.
Man, my fucking feet kept getting caught on that shit. You ain't jumping high enough.
Yo, you wear like size 13, son.
Or 12.
I'm close. This shit,
I'm still not jumping
this
high
shit come
enough.
around the corner before you do.
Whatever. Gotta jump high
Man,
enough.
like ship boats, shrimp boats.
You're trying to strike the fuck.
I know it, dog. I ain't trying to strike it, dog.
You is.
I'm just
You're
saying.
trying to strike the fuck out of me right now.
No,
I'm gonna let you
dog.
have it. I'm gonna let you have it. Because I'm in a good mood, bitch.
No, dog.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
is.
saying.
You just strike the fuck out of me until my shit came around the corner. I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's all right. Let's go.
Fuck it, dog. You got big feet. You got big
Yeah,
feet.
I know I got big feet. I know. My feet big as a motherfucker. I know that. And so, again, this bitch was striking me just like, I heard it. Don't put it back. Fuck it. You know, put it back. You know what I'm saying? That bitch was trying to strike me just.
No, dog.
Yeah. But anyway, 40 episodes next year for the podcast.
Right.
Losing 30 pounds, of course. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with y'all like 30.
I'm doing some more being more financially fit 2022.
No more financially fit.
Being more financially fit, my personal fitness, financial fitness, of course, and you know what I'm saying, that's you know what I'm saying, like getting this podcast, and of course, you know, music is music, so you know what I'm saying, just building more, you know, on that platform, putting out some more content. You know what I'm saying? I really want us to, you know, we gotta drop a couple mixtapes, not an album. Gotta get another album out, and we gotta get another mixtape. Yeah, so album mixtape, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get, you know, just put on more music, more content. So we gotta, I'm gonna put a goal out that we gotta complete these 7 things. I'm gonna put 10 things on the list, and like we gotta do all 10 of these things this year. And like, you know what I'm saying, like we gotta do 10 things this year. There's all 10 things that we gotta accomplish this next year coming up. So we gotta, let's get in the work, let's get in the plan, let's get it started. Let's get all the pieces together while we got the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my challenge to the band, 21st Century Band, even musical expression. Like, we'll put like 5 things on the list for us, 10 things on the list for yeah, we had a gig not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta get back in the shed. Once we get back in the shed, cause like musical expression from back then, we stayed at practice. Like, cause all of us was in school. Like all of us was in school, so we
different now.
The shit different now, absolutely. So, but if we can get a groove in the shed, you know what I'm saying? Not like whole band sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Cause everybody else now is like we're better musicians. So it's like we ain't gonna need that much. You know, that much to really gel and share together for us. So we just gotta make sure that we knock a couple of shit out, but other than that, we can feed off each other. We've been doing it for years already. So, yeah, put a couple of things on the bill for us, but I'm trying to think, should I do 10 or should I do 7?
What?
For just the list, my number of things that we have to accomplish, the list for, you know, for the band, for the band. I'm trying to think, is 10 things too much?
Well, this one's gonna be niggas.
Yeah, that's true.
How bad they really want it, B.
But we should put a stop. We're doing 10. I ain't gonna double count. We're doing 10. 10 things on the list.
Feel like y'all can do it? Pull it out.
We gon' do it.
Pull it out.
We gon' do it. So I'm gonna make that list shortly. Make sure that we, you know, we get that in.
22 is gonna be an interesting year. Of course, getting better financially. That is
more financially fit.
More financially
that's
fit.
it. Learn about that crypto, them NFTs, stocks. Still, you know what I'm saying? The stock market is the way out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. You gotta get your money out. And then, of course, finding the correct industry to go into. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your bread up. You know what I'm saying? I might be making a career change myself. Yeah, man. I have to, you know, I have to learn how to get it from the crib. To be quite honest,
I feel you.
I have to learn how to get it from the crib, not just for my sake, but for my child's sake. Being able to save on healthcare, on childcare.
Yeah.
Still running the checkup, you know what I'm saying? Being able to save on childcare because you know I'm at home, my mom's at home. You know what I'm saying? Being able to maneuver from that aspect and shit like that. Of course, we got the business and shit at the crib. Financially, you can write that shit off. Me personally, I got an idea of how to, like, you know, use certain things to kind of build some stuff. Just use what you got, you know what I'm saying? And make it look real nice. And I think I have ways that, you know, I'm gonna talk to you about it when you got it. But yeah. But you know, just getting all that shit together, you know what I'm saying? I'm challenging the band, the top 10 things.
Credit together.
Get that credit together,
Get
yes.
that fucking credit
More financial
together. Credit.
What is the most important thing that you need to be talking about? First and foremost, your cash flow and your credit. That's the 2 things. If you want to take anything from this episode, we're going into the new year, getting our cash flow and our credit right. Cash flow, you gotta. What is the rule of cash flow? It's like how much money should we be having like coming in? Like
it depends on the nigga bills, but everybody got different bills. Well, I don't know what people owe, but if a motherfucker bringing in between $5,000 and $10,000 a month, they're doing all right for themselves. You feel me?
You said 10,000 a month?
Between 5 and 10,000 a month, that's not bad.
Between 5 and 10,000.
Yeah.
So the typical rule is that you should maintain cash equal to 3 to 6 months of your operating expenses. 3 to 6 months of you gotta do the math. You know what I'm saying? 3 to 6 months of your operating expenses. Let's say my operating expenses is $2,500 a month times 6. That's how much you should have on hand. So $2,600 a month times 6, that's 15 grand. So if you ain't got that, you need to be doing some other shit.
Doing some other shit. Don't stop spending your money.
Stop spending your money and get your bread up. You gotta sacrifice. Or you need more income. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. You need more income. You need to find something. Some passive income. Some income that you're gonna have to
sometimes it takes money to make money. You have to invest.
That's true. But there are ways. We got the internet, brother.
Yeah.
There are ways that we can spend our time, how we can make money without having to use our own money.
Thanks.
And we gotta find those ways. We gotta pinpoint those ways, find ways to make that brain without having to use your own. And you can't be scared. But we, you know what I'm saying, that's what we're gonna be on the search of. Especially within these first 6 months, because fuck, I got a baby. So I'm definitely gotta get my bread up more than what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? I got a kid on the way. I'm starting a family and shit. Like trying to just put myself in a position to be able to start a family. You know what I'm saying? You know, however it happens, that's how it happens. You know what I'm saying? To God be the glory. And that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to God be the glory. He gonna lead me in the way that I need to be. So I'm gonna just continue to keep him in prayer. You know, keep talking to him. You know, do my absolute best to walk right. And yeah. So,
take my hand,
credit cash
Lord.
flow. Take my hand.
Take my hand.
Take my hand, Lord. Take my hand.
Lord, 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 Lord.
Don't you let go. Don't let go. Oh Lord. Don't let go. Take my hand, Lord. Take my hand. Take my hand. Please. Don't let go. I'm gonna cling to the hem. Oh yeah. All I need is to touch the hem of his garment. Oh, in my body can be made whole. You don't turn around and say, who touched me? And I'ma cry out, oh Lord, it was me. I said, take my hand, Lord, take my hand.
That's the right symbol. That's the right symbol.
Take my hand so that I can fly with thee.
Splash, splash.
Give me love, give me grace, and give me mercy. For I'm but a dirty rag in the street.
For your ass. The Rock Talk Podcast.
Rock Talk Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Holla back.
We out this bitch.